Hello, light beams, and welcome. This is Lisa McCardle, your consciousness activator, your soul awakener, and your inner wisdom inspirer. I'm here today to talk a little bit about October. It's already upon us, and the energy is coming in really very strongly already. It's a notable shift, at least in my experience, a notable shift from the energies of September and the energies of previous months. There's lots of messages to bring to you this month, and we're going to start with the with some numerology. So this is the 10th month of the year. So it is a 1 month, which is significant of new beginnings. It is the one. It is the Holy One. It is the origin of all and the wholeness of all. It is the one, which is aligned also. If you look at the 1 and the 0, 0 is divine order, divine potency, as I interpret it. It is kind of the culmination of the sacred of the entire container. So we have the one beginning that is divinely overseen or divinely inspired. And then if you add all the numbers together, the 1 plus the 2 plus the 1 plus the 9, you end up with the number 4. And so this is a stabilizing month as I'm interpreting it. The number 4 has a lot to do with building the foundation, the clear, it's the square, it's the foundation. It's the balance. We see it show itself in all of nature, the directions, the 4 directions, the 4 seasons. I like to think of the 4 aspects of being, your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional being, all combined into this one energy or experience that is us. So here we go, becoming new humans in this very rapid way. So everything that's coming through you right now, that's happening with you, remember that nothing ever happens to you. It is all of your own creation, which is a real bittersweet. The sweetness of it is, if you're not enjoying what you're experiencing, you can recreate it into something new. If you are enjoying what you're creating, then you can have eternal celebration. But nothing is ever happening to you. So if you're uncomfortable, you get to reorganize and create something new. New beginnings, divine order. Here we go. Happy October. So much of what's coming in is having to do with a great alignment sequence and frequency to get you really honed into optimized energy, vibration for the acceleration that is coming in 2020. 2020 to 2030, really, 10 years of just profound transformation. We've been in the throes of profound transformation for this last 10 years, and it's really being considered the cycle of seeking. We've been the seekers, the curious, and now we get to move into a cycle of creation. So the transformation will be profound, and these last 3 months are stabilizers, as I've said repeatedly. So what you get to explore this month is gratitude, lots of gratitude. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot becoming new humans. Can you really hone in and optimize your gratitude practice on a daily basis, on a moment by moment basis? What can you be grateful for? Because really, if this is all vibrational sequence, then the more gratitude that you're culminating in your being, the more optimized and higher your frequency gets, and the more joy you will be experiencing. So gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. This is also a lot about balance and then rejuvenation. So you might find yourself needing to say no, even to things that you might enjoy, if it's going to create greater balance, greater space, greater harmonization in your life. You may have to say no. And remember, no is just as powerful as yes. And to be really honed into what is true in my body right now. What is it that will bring me the greatest joy? Is it in the staying or in the going? So you might find yourself rejuvenating, carving out more space, greater self-care, always at the helm, but especially now, just really great self-care. I have a lot of buzzing in my ear. A lot of self-nurturing is what they're saying. All eyes, your entire gaze for this month is to be on self, to optimize your body, your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. What can I do, or what can I not do to allow for greater harmonization of all the aspects of my being? This is preparatory time, remember. And so self-care must be optimized. It's also about letting go. It's very much the sweet surrender, the falling away of the trees. We just went through the equinox, the great equalizer, the great stabilizer of equality of light and darkness that day, and moving into the season, the autumn fall season, letting go, falling away. What can you let go of? What is complete? A really powerful exploration in this month as we move forward. So it's a beautiful month. It's a beautiful month to be in celebration. My guidance right now is saying it's a beautiful month to choose love. It's a beautiful month to fall in love, maybe with yourself first, always with yourself first. It's a beautiful month to recognize the divine order, the divine sequences, and the divine frequencies that are always at every corner, pouring, bestowing upon you tremendous amounts of love. That's the guidance that's coming right now. It's also a really potent time for the exploration of what are you willing to create in the new year, to really get the foundations in place now for the creation of what do you want to launch? Well, who are you willing to become? What are you willing to experience in 2020? A lot of stabilizing frequencies for that, a lot of dreaming in and aligning yourself for the creation of it as such. So what's coming on your horizon? And no matter how distant something that is of your desire might seem, it's a great time to connect to it and begin to shorten a distance between you and the experience of you as that. It's the reeling it in. It's the magnetizing time of like, yes, I am willing to be this. Yes, I am willing to experience this. Yes, this is becoming. Yes, this is happening. Yes, this I am becoming so I can be in the full expression of it. Really important. And you only get there when you're optimizing yourself in your greatest ease, in your greatest care, when you're carving out the moments and the time to be still, to be in presence, to be in gratitude, to be in love. It's a good love month. So there are 4 tips I'd love to gift to you to keep yourself in this frequency, this October frequency, to optimize this October frequency so that you are served and serving at your highest level. And the first one is to trust your wisdom. You have deep, 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 profound wisdom that is alive within you. It's alive within every one of you. And it's so easy to override that or to judge it or to, my guidance is saying misfire it. So that's an interesting concept, but to not light it on fire as if it is true, right? To misuse the wisdom or to deny it. So what do you know? What do you know as you know as you know, and your body holds all the wisdom as true. So when you feel a resonance in your physicality of yes, then you are a yes. When your body contracts or has resistance, then it is something that you get to say no to. There is just as much power in no as there is in yes. The number 2 is to go with your emotions. We're on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. When you're happy, be in the exhilaration of joy. I'm happy, this feels so good, and share it. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. And when you're feeling an emotional response that you could perceive as less than happy, maybe you're having a deep well of emotion come up, then please by all means be in it. I had an opportunity today myself I went into a very deep grief, a deep mourn that was brought about by a circumstance outside of me. It really had nothing to do with me, but it really was an opportunity for me to grieve a part of myself that's dying away. And I went into that deep, I mean, I went into a deep release, and instead of ignoring it or questioning why I was having it, I just really went into the depths of it. I allowed myself to go deep into what I like to call the beautiful cry, the cry, and it was cathartic. And I allowed myself to go into it and to carve out space to be in it. And it passed quickly, but oh my goodness, I feel like I've been rejuvenated, reborn, because I allowed a piece of myself to transform. So whatever the emotion is that's wanting to come through you, please go with it. It is your greatest power right now. And it's important to remember too that we're all becoming highly sensitive persons. It's a catchword that's being thrown around a lot right now, the highly sensitive person. But if you're a human on this planet right now, you're here because you are awakening to your greatest senses and sensitivities, which means we are all in the flux of becoming highly sensitive people. Yay, us. Not always easy, but worth it. Absolutely. So number 3, let fall away everything that does not align. It's the falling away. If it is done, if it is complete, if it doesn't make you feel whole, even if it did just yesterday and it no longer does, then it is complete. Let it fall away. And maybe you grieve it, or maybe you celebrate it, or maybe grief and celebration aren't that far away from each other. Maybe you have your emotions and your experiences and you're confidently, because your wisdom is your inner wisdom is so sharp and so right to know when something is complete. And number 4 is to seek for balance in all things. So whether that means you getting into your yoga practice and physically seeking balance in the tree posture, balance with your being and your doing, wherever, whatever, all of it, in your commitments and versus your allowance, in your giving and your receiving, balance in all things. Seek for balance and ease in all that you do this month. And the journey to the other side of it is going to be more of a pleasurable journey than when you are in resistance in any way or not allowing in the fullness of what is possible. So move from that place. And one card, just because, why not? Let's see what comes. From the Sacred Rebel deck, my favorite deck. I have to laugh. The same card has come up the last 5 times I pulled it, and it was the same card that came up last time that I shot a video. It's literally popped up 7 times now. So I'm gonna say it is for us. It is in the world, not of the world. The message is strong. There are, I don't even know how many cards in this deck, but this is the one. So here we go with this one. She is moving through the sea of emotion. She is reaching for the light, just like I talked about on the last video. Her hair is woven with pearls, pearls of light. She is naked and free, and she is rising up. So where are you willing to allow yourself to rise out of deep-seated emotions into a new frequency? Where are you willing to really acknowledge that you are in this world, but you are not of this world? You are of a place that is significantly larger than the experience of which you are living in. You are here, each and every one of you, to be part of a revolution, of a transformative time, cellular regeneration and inspiration. Your very DNA is being coded and rewired for significance that is beyond anything that you in this moment have the capacity to fully understand. So you are in this world, but you are not of it. You are spectacular. You are brilliant and you are wise. Move forward in balance and create well, my friends.